Hey everybody, it's Karen again. I'm back in the space behind my apartment by the retaining pond where I've done some of these videos before. It's actually my last one here because I'm going to be moving next week after my wedding. It's a lot noisier now. There's street traffic again. When I first started doing this with COVID, when everything was shut down, it was just super quiet and peaceful. But things are some back to normal, whatever normal is, and of course everything else is still topsy-turvy. Like, we're not bringing anybody in from out of town for our wedding except for my kids, Ben and Jessica from Tennessee, and then our kids who live here. So much has changed. I subscribe to a couple of different devotionals that come to me via email, and there was one today that really struck me as timely. It's written by a woman named Martha Beck. She says, "I have discovered that many of the things I thought were priceless are as cheap as costume jewelry. And much of what I labeled worthless was all the time filled with a kind of beauty that directly nourishes my soul." Now I think that the vast majority of us normal people spend our lives trashing our treasures and treasuring our trash. We bustle around trying to create the impression that we are hip, imperturbable, omniscient, in perfect control, when in fact we are awkward and scared and bewildered. I thought about all the changes in my own life over these last couple years and how often I felt awkward and scared and bewildered. There's so many things that happened. In the last 2 years, I fell in love. My granddaughter Asa was born. My father died. My son and my niece moved out of my house. I sold my home of 20 years and moved to this apartment in New Albany. COVID hit and the world shut down. Roland proposed. Tripp announced his new call. Roland and I set a wedding date, found a new condo, and we plan on moving in next week. And now our wedding is Sunday. In the midst of all those changes, I've had ample opportunities to try to figure out what is treasure and what is trash. It's not just the process of moving where I sort one thing or another. What is it, the recondo thing of, does it fill you with joy? It's not just that, but how I live my life and who I spend my time with, what's worth doing and what's not. Even at church and at work, it's like, what really matters? Some things become clearer and clearer. For me, with all these changes, there have been lots of chances to figure out what matters. In the midst of all the changes, I find myself sometimes being more reflective than usual, being almost wistful, being a little nostalgic and sentimental. I find myself doing a lot of sorting of what's treasure and what's trash. And I know that the joy I feel right now won't last forever, but it's so much to hold on to. I'll leave you with another poem. This also came in my daily devotion this week. It's a poem by Denise Levertov, and it's called Of Being. I know this happiness is provisional. The looming presences, great suffering, great fear, withdraw only into peripheral vision. But ineluctable this shimmering of wind in the blue leaves, this flood of stillness widening the lake of sky, this need to dance, this need to kneel, this mystery. May you hold on, even in great suffering and great fear, this need to dance, this need to kneel, this mystery. Friends, be well, stay safe, keep the faith.